So this is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and Dope Living TV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. Let us start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliate. I am excited today because I have my friend Marcus Geeter coming on again today. And you know, we don't invite a lot of people on repetitively a lot, but Marcus is special, man. He's number one, doing some great things out there. Number two, extremely inspirational, which is what our theme is this week. We're going to be inspiring this week, man, and make sure to inspire people to be great and to have a good time. This is the Thanksgiving week. All right, so y'all, let's get with it.
Hey.
Okay. Okay.
It's the holiday.
It is a holiday. What's up, Mo?
Baby, it's the
Hey,
holiday,
Mo.
baby.
Hey, man, real quick, there's, gotta put a couple of things out there, okay? We lost a couple of people this week, well, last week, man. First of all, Jimmy Cliff, man, international recording artist. I can see clearly now the rain. Come on, man. He died, man. Man,
That's
look,
just one of a few of his hits.
Man, just one of a few, right? And also, man, we lost Jelly Bean Johnson, okay, from The Time, all right? The drummer from The Time, this guy, man, he was one of the people that made me want to play the drums, for real, okay? But Jelly Bean died as well, man. So let's keep their families in our prayers, man. And
yes.
This world is something else, man. It's something else, and God has given us favor to live as long as we have, all right? And, with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, everybody gets around the table and they say, well, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? We should not wait until just one day to be thankful. We are thankful for being here every day, all right? So that's my thing. That is my thing.
Every day.
Police says, happy holidays, fam. Miracles and blessings.
Happy holiday.
So let's get to getting inspired. Okay, this gentleman, man, he's a makeup artist at Stars. We've had him on before, gave us a master class in makeup art and how he goes about his life and what he's done. Okay, but throughout that time, I noticed that almost every day, this guy, he's giving gems. He's giving people happiness, and when I saw a couple of them, and I'm like, man, you got to come back on because we need to be inspired. We need to be happy. So we just want to talk to him today. All right, you got to talk about nothing else, okay? But anything, just make us happy. Mark Geeter, what's going on, bro?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
What's going on? Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Welcome,
I may take my glasses. Am I getting a glare? Are we getting a glare on my glasses?
Man,
is that okay?
Different pair of glasses on, y'all. You got a million of those, don't you?
I do. I love glasses.
That's all good, man. I love hats and gym shoes, man. But, welcome to the show again, Marcus, man. You are one of the most happiest people I've seen in a minute, man.
For me, it's really about gratitude. So I wake up every morning in gratitude. I always tell people there's a difference between happiness and joy. Happiness depends upon what's happening in your life. So I'm not happy all the time,
Okay.
but joy comes from a place of gratitude. So I wake up every morning. If I have nothing to say but thank you, that's how I start my day. So that takes me throughout the day. So, you have to there's always something to be grateful for. Always something. And I tell people say, how do you do that, Marcus? I said, start with the little things. Say, okay, I woke up this morning and I could see. I woke up this morning, I could walk. I woke up this morning, I could talk, because there are a lot of people who wake up who can't see, who can't walk, and can't talk. So you start with something small and build from there. But I always start my day every single morning. I start meditating first of all, and then I always say what I'm grateful for. And I say that out loud. It's important to speak things into the world, into the universe. Words have power. So I think it's important to be able to do that. I think that's very, very important. So I would say try to be grateful. I'm very, very grateful for my life, because you know what? No, my life is not what I thought it would be. I don't think anybody's really is, but it's not bad. I don't have a bad life. It may not be the life that I saw for myself. However, I'm grateful for the life that I have. And that's really important to remember those things.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I wanted to ask, though, this might be the dumbest question I've ever asked, okay? But I'm going to do it anyway. Have you ever met somebody that you don't like?
I think everybody has met somebody they don't like. They don't particularly like. They don't particularly vibe with. I think sometimes all of us, we're at different points in our lives. I think of life. People in your life, like this, some people are leaves. They fall off, during the seasons. Some people are branches, so they're thicker, and so they last longer, and sometimes they do decay and fall off. But I think there are some people who are roots, who stay with you throughout your entire life. So I believe in that. And I'm very blessed because I have a lot of people who are roots. My friends are very old. I have friends that I'm still very close to from when I was a teenager. But friendships are also relationships. They take time. They take patience. They take effort. But there are people in my life that I've met that I don't particularly like, but I'm always civil and kind to everybody.
Okay, see, that's one thing I learned. I gotta learn that, Marcus.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. There are people. Now, I'm gonna tell you, there are people I get a side eye too. They get the side eye. You know what I'm saying? There are those people. But I'm very instinctual, and so I've always been able to read people very easily.
I like that.
So yeah, and it takes. I'm suspicious by nature. That's really my nature. So it takes a long time for people to really get into my sphere, but once you're in, you're in, you know what I'm saying? So I just have to make sure that you can be trusted. And that's just very important for anybody.
I hope you can trust.
Oh yeah.
We don't want that side eye.
Yeah.
Not at all, man. But because sometimes I think it's really, of course we want to be happy all the time, but it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to, especially with the way the world is right now. And I want you to speak on this, okay? The way the world is right now, man, it's so tumultuous, and things are happening left and right, man. Speak on that. How do you keep
I think that is that is the reason why. When I created this YouTube channel, people think of me as the makeup guy, the beauty guy. That's wonderful. And that's great. But beauty is more than the aesthetic. Beauty is about how you feel, how you fit into the world, how you treat people, how you connect with people. That's what beauty is to me. So it's very important to me to feed the spirit. I think, sometimes when I wake up and I'm meditating and I think of something that, moves me, or I think of something that's important, I say, if I'm feeling this way, then there are probably other people who are feeling the same way. So that's why I always do these, little life lesson moments. And I call them real talk when I actually talk about things that are real and important. I think that we're so, as a society, we're everything is so instant. Everything is instantaneous right now. And so we're so disconnected as human beings. And so what I want to do is I want to connect with people. I want to help people. I want to use the experiences that I have to help other people. And I feel like, hey, if I can make your road lighter, if I can make your road less curved by sharing my experiences with you, then I think that's important. That's human. That's humanity. That's what we should be doing that's how we should be treating each other and should be helping each other. We're so disconnected right now as human beings. We really, really are. And it's really about connectivity. That's what it's really about. It's about growing.
You're so busy with what you do. How do you, how do you differentiate the time? How do you make the time to, or do you shut it off, or are you just like this all the time? Okay, the peaceful part and the happy part with the, I got to work, I got to grind, I got to make this right.
I think there's never enough. There's never enough time where you can't be helpful. There's never enough time where you can't be human. Do you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should be that. That should be the essence of who you are. We're human beings. So we should always be willing to help someone, always be willing to talk to someone, always be willing to extend ourselves to someone. However, with that being said,
however, there go that caveat.
However, everybody's not deserving of your help. And so those are the people you have to differentiate between. Everybody's just not deserving of your help. And you have to realize who those people are. And everybody doesn't have good intentions toward you. So you have to be really cautious about the people, again, that you let into your sphere. So that's why I said, basically I am a pretty suspicious person, but my friends can tell you, once you are in my world, I'm the most loyal, loving, compassionate, supportive friend you will ever have in your life. Conversely,
get on your bad side.
Conversely, now, if something like that happens, I will forgive you, but I will write you out of my life.
Man, you got to write a book on that, man. Because you got to write a book because I can't. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say I can't, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. I really haven't.
Because really, forgiveness is not for them; it's for you. Because what happens is, and my mom used to tell me this all the time, because I would be that person that, when I was younger, who would kind of hold a grudge, and my mother would say, "You know what?" She goes, "You're carrying around this weight. You're carrying around this anger, and that person's not even thinking about you."
Right. No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Going about their business.
Going about their lives, going about their business, and you're carrying all this weight. She said, so forgiveness is not for them, it's to release you.
Yeah.
That's what forgiveness is. Yeah.
That make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
What's going on, Steven?
What's up, Gene?
Hey,
Hey, Gina. Hey, Mo.
What's going on, man?
We're talking with Marcus Geeter, man. He's a makeup artist, man. But, even in these first 13 minutes, man, we get inspired. Man. We're learning how to be better people, how to forgive. I don't know if it's going to happen in one show for me.
It takes it takes a while, because I'm a Scorpio. So that was difficult for me. You know what I mean?
Scorpio also.
You understand, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Right. Yeah. So that was difficult for me. But you know what? It was so funny because a friend of mine, it was like an epiphany happened. A friend of mine knew that I was that kind of person that didn't let go easily, did not forgive easily. And she says, you know what, Mark? She goes, one day you're going to need somebody to forgive you. That changed my whole world. That's that one statement. She said, because you may not hurt somebody intentionally, but you may hurt somebody unintentionally, and you're going to need that person to forgive you. And that just opened up my whole world and the whole way I thought about forgiveness, because it's true, because I'm not perfect. And I could possibly hurt someone, unintentionally, and I have to apologize and ask them for their forgiveness. So that really opened up the way that I think about forgiveness and the way I approach it.
That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. You may need somebody to forgive you sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Because we're human beings. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have to, ask for forgiveness for those mistakes. Also,
have you had to ask for forgiveness?
I have. And you know what? I'm big enough and strong enough and bad enough to do it. I'm not a coward.
Okay.
So if I unintentionally hurt you, I'm big enough and strong enough not to deflect. I'm strong enough to say, you know what? That was 100% me. I'm so sorry. I did not mean, that was not my intention to do that. That was not my intention to hurt you. I hope that you can forgive me, and moving forward, I will make sure that I do not make that mistake again. So some people are not.
What if you do?
What if I do?
Make that mistake again.
Then maybe it wasn't a mistake.
Yeah. Well, I could say that hasn't happened to me yet. Because once I kind of correct the behavior, I try to remember that area, and I'm not supposed to go into. So, yeah, but yeah, I think it's we have to be big enough and strong enough to do that. I know people who could never admit they're wrong. That says a lot about your character when you can't do that. It basically says you're a coward.
Yeah.
That you're not strong enough to do it, that you have to blame somebody else for what you've done. And that's really not a good thing to be. We have to, and I realize we all evolve, we all grow, we become more realized. And I grew. I became more realized, more evolved, so I understand that this is something that does not happen instantaneously, it is a journey, it is a journey.
Okay, Steve, you was going to say something?
No, I was meant to talk with the mute on. Nah, because some of them older people, they don't like to forgive,
I know. There are people who just don't. Yeah.
Set their ways.
Older people like our age, parents and stuff, you done it, it's over.
Right. Yeah. And then there are degrees of wounds. Do you know what I mean? So, and I understand that too, but even then, you have to learn you have to teach yourself to do that. You have to teach yourself to forgive, because it releases you, it frees you. There are people that I had to forgive, but I haven't forgotten what happened. You know what I'm saying? They're not in my life, but I have forgiven them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about
that. And that's a good point that you make, because people think that when you forgive, you're supposed to forget about it and not think about it. It's gone. But that's not true.
No, it's not
true. Sometimes that forgiveness is also for you to realize to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
To watch
absolutely
it. And so it's not always forgive and forget.
Right. It's a lesson to be learned, right? We learn lessons through every experience. It's a growing experience. So we learn from that experience, and we say, okay, I'm going to approach, if this situation happens to me again, I'm going to approach this in a very different way. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to learn those lessons. I think also for me, I try to let things go and always moving forwards. A lot of people live in the past, I don't live in the past. I live now, and I'm thinking about what's going to happen, forward in my life. There are a lot of people that are always saying what happened to them or experience what happened to them, or this is what my life was before. I'm not that person at all. There's a Chinese proverb that I love. It says, when you turn your face towards the sun, shadows then fall behind you. So my face is always toward the sun.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Wow. I like that.
That's one. So, again, we're talking with Marcus Geeter, man. He's a makeup artist. but that's just one of his hats, and we got a million of them. So, Marcus, let's talk about family.
Yes.
Family sometimes, to me, can be your worst enemies, and I don't want to call. I don't even want to use the word enemies. They could be the most detrimental to your happiness. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I think we have a biological family, and we have a chosen family.
All right.
And sometimes we create that family dynamic around us. So just because you are connected to someone in a biological way by blood does not mean that person, you have to be close to that person, or there's a need for you to be close to that person.
Right.
That does not mean they're your friend. Because they're your family does not mean they're actually your friend.
Absolutely not. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. And I am very fortunate in my life because I have a community of friends, like I said, who are very, very old friends. Some of we've been friends for over 40 years. And when I say friend, people, okay, let me just change the courses for 1 minute. People use the word friends loosely, and I have a problem with that. And so basically, there are many people that I'm friendly with, but they're not my friends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who is a friend? Okay, this is an example for me. If I'm driving down the Dan Ryan and my car breaks down at 3:00 in the morning and I need somebody to come help me, who am I going to call?
Your friend.
If I hesitate for 1 second, that person's not my friend. That's somebody I'm friendly with.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah. You don't hesitate when the person is your friend, because that person is totally connected to you and totally, wants you to have a great life and has your best interests at heart. That is your friend. And that person, you're not going to hesitate to pick up the phone and say, look, I am stuck on the Dan Ryan at 3:00, and I need some help.
And that friend's going to get up and help.
Don't get up and get in that car and come get you. And I've done that for my friends. I've done that for my friends before.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So that is, a way you can decide, is this someone I'm friendly with, or is this someone that is a friend? Now, in regards to family and extended and the friend network, what I was going to say before is I'm very blessed to have both. I have a wonderful, wonderful, strong friend network that we are now family. Like I said, some of us have been friends for over 40 years. And then I'm also friends with my cousins. Now, my immediate family is gone. My mother, my father, and my brother, they have all passed away. So I'm the only person left in my immediate family. But my extended family, my cousins, I go to dinner with my cousins. I was just on the phone for an hour with one of my cousins before I came on tonight.
Was that Lynette?
No, it wasn't Lynette. It was LaFonda.
I know LaFonda too, yeah.
LaFonda Morris, yeah.
Yes, sir, yes,
so
sir.
We were talking for like an hour before I'm going to have Thanksgiving dinner with Lynette and Dawn on Thursday. So my friend Carla, we went out for my birthday. She was the person I spent my birthday with. So I'm friends with my family too. A lot of my family members, we call each other all the time. It was important, particularly with my mother. She would always say, it's important for you guys to be close. Like the first cousins particularly, it's important for you guys to be close. That was her will. She goes, you guys have to be close because at some particular time, you're going to be all you have. And she was right.
Yeah.
And she was right, And I'm so grateful that I have, my cousins who are like my siblings. I'm very, very grateful for that. But also, again, you have to really put time and effort into these relationships. They just don't happen spontaneously. You have to put time and effort in those relationships, It's just like love, the word love. Oh, we hear that all the time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Love is an action word. There is movement and sacrifice behind that word. So it's easy to say, I love you. That's just words. But you prove that you love somebody by your deeds, what you do.
Action.
So that's another thing I have an issue with when people say, I love you, and let's break it down. So in the end, and no shade, no shade, but in the industry, some people will say, oh, Marcus, we love you, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I do. I appreciate that. But if something happened to me, if I died tomorrow, they say, oh, it's so sad that we lost it. Who we gonna get tomorrow to do this job?
Yeah, they move. They move.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate the sentiment. I do. But I'm just saying, we use these words very lightly, but words have power. And there has to be power behind these words.
Yeah. Love is an action word.
Yeah, it is an action word. Yeah.
It's an action word that you must make move. It cannot sit stagnant.
No, it moves. It moves. It's just like faith. You can pray, you can have faith, but faith without movement there's nothing. You have to pray, you have to have faith, but you have to move. Yeah. You have to get up and do something. Then the doors open. So yeah.
So I mentioned before, this is the week for Thanksgiving, and how people. I know a long time ago we sat at the table with our family, and we expressed how thankful we are for that day and this and that. Okay, Marcus, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my career. I'm thankful for simple things like having food on my table. Literally, I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I can get up and see. My brother was blind. My stepfather was blind.
Wow.
I'm glad that I could walk. At the end of my mother's life, she couldn't walk. So I'm grateful for basic things. There's so much that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for you guys for trusting me enough and wanting me to come on and to share my story with you. I'm grateful for that. So I'm grateful for so much because I do realize that I'm blessed. Some people don't like that word, but there's difference between luck and blessings too. Luck is an opportunity, you being prepared when an opportunity comes, but blessing is sort of a supernatural thing to me. Blessing will come out of nowhere, So I realize that. And so I'm absolutely grateful for so much in my life. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful for everything. Yeah, and everybody in my life. I take nothing and no one for granted.
Exactly.
I just don't do that.
That's awesome.
I tell the story sometime about how this group of people got together. We organically got together. It was like first it was Gina and I, and then Chris came along. Then Mo and I have been knowing each other forever, and then Steve, I've been knowing him for a long time as well. And the thing is, that to me, these people here, and you guys are a blessing. Period.
Yeah.
All right, because we don't, we've argued, fussed, and fought, but we still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're still here together.
Just like friends and family, we do that. Yeah. We have disagreements, but the love is what keeps you bound together.
I could not even fathom or think about another group of people to be here. You know what I mean? Because
I understand.
especially the way that it peeled off. You know what I mean? It just peeled off like a banana peel, man.
Right.
This stuff. So I mean, we go into life on our own. When I say on our own, God is always with us, but we're on our own. And I think someone said this, I might even said it, we pick up these little traits along the way until we get to a point where we're saying, okay, now we got to let some of this stuff go because this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's just amazing, man, that, and again, I'm a guy who, and I love that word you use. I forgot what it was though. What was that word? It was, you instinctively know when people good for you, instinctively know
you do. Yeah.
And you stay away from that, okay? But
and trust your gut. You have to trust your gut because 98% of the time your gut is right. We always have these alarms that go off, has it ever happened to you? Have these alarms, but then your head will say, well, I don't know, but when your alarm is going off, when your stomach is going off, you heed that because it's usually always right. And there've been
Mo told me
situations
that
that,
before too. Mo told me
yeah,
something like that before.
oh yeah. When I've had those situations where I doubted
Mm-hmm.
that alarm that was going off, it turned out not to be the best situation for me.
And that's
You
when we
know,
let our emotions. See, I've been in that predicament. I let my emotions lead,
exactly,
and it was not
exactly,
the right way to go.
right, exactly. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. So trust your gut. Trust what your instincts are telling you. You know, that's your connection to God, or some people want to say the universe or whatever. But for me, it's God. But you know, follow your gut. Follow what your spirit is telling you to do. And my father would always say that. He would always say, "My spirit told me." You know, so yeah, you have to heed that. You know, heed that.
Hey, do you believe in second chances?
I do. I do believe in second chances. I do believe in giving someone a second chance. We're not our mistakes. You know, we are not. Sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes we need a second chance. So I do believe in second chances. I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm asking a lot of questions,
Yeah,
Gina.
that's fine. Yeah.
I'm asking these questions because these are questions that are really I need to know about.
Yeah,
Seriously.
have you ever needed a second chance in something, Greg? Has any of you ever needed a second chance at
Oh yeah.
Yes.
something? Yeah.
I
Oh
needed
yeah.
a second chance
Oh
with this
yeah.
one right here, man.
Right.
I completely and Mo kind of made sure that happened too. But I was,
Yeah.
her and I had a disagreement, and
Mhm.
when Gina's eyes go a certain way, I learned that.
Vegeta, were you giving a side eye?
No, I ain't side eye.
No.
No,
She gave a
no,
front
no,
eye.
no, no,
She gave a
no.
front eye.
Side eye is right.
I'm teasing you.
Woo, she gave a
Storm
front
eye.
eye
I
for
don't know
real.
what it's storm eye or hell no, nigga.
But you, and I really, and I know that I can be the guy that admit when I'm wrong. I really know I was wrong.
That's
And
good.
I
That's
have to.
good.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, especially with the Stokelyn family, man, we got each other's back. So Mo called me and was like, "Greg, you wrong."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he called me. He didn't wait. He didn't hesitate. He called me when I was angry, and
Mm.
I really get angry because only
Yeah.
time I really get angry is when I'm trying to protect or trying to ward off
Right.
from my people.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
but I was angry. He called me and told me, "Hey, you wrong, dude."
Yeah.
And you can't. Mo's a lot like you, man. Mo is real calm, real
Yeah.
subtle. All right,
Oh yeah.
he don't
Good you
raise up
pissed
that
me
much.
off.
Yeah.
He don't
Yeah.
raise up. But I like the fact that again, and I keep harping on the business as well, Marcus, that you can balance.
Hmm.
You can have that work-life balance and still come on here on the times that you do it. Because I wait. I mean, it was a day that you missed, and I'm like, well, where Marcus at? He didn't put this out. He didn't put nothing out there good. I'm having a bad day. Marcus, where you at? Come on, man. You got to do that every day.
Yeah, well, I'm just really glad that people are connecting. I get so many DMs from people, and that I really needed that today, because as I said, if I need it, if I wake up needing it, there's somebody else that needs that.
Somebody else to
Do you
need it.
know? Somebody else needs it too. And so I don't know if you saw the one. I was in bed. Do you see the one, Greg? I was actually still in bed. Well, I woke up and I was meditating in bed, and this thought came over me.
Yeah.
I thought, oh God, this is so important to share, and I really don't want to forget. I took that camera out, and I was, I did, and people were laughing. Marcus, you were in bed this morning. I said I didn't want to forget. This is an important lesson
He
because
wake up doing this, y'all. He wakes up doing this. It's like if I put the text out or put it out at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, Mark is already up. Okay.
Yeah.
He immediately responds, "Thanks, Greg. I got it. No problem." Okay. He's up
Yeah.
already. But he's up with that camera.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just don't, you don't. It's something. If I feel something is really important, and it really has affected me in a very powerful way, I really want to share that, and so I don't want to forget. And so that morning it was that situation, and so I said I have to do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do this in bed. I know it looks crazy.
It's a good thing you ain't got a bunch of hair that you had to, look different
Right.
with your head.
Exactly.
That's just something else, man.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever gotten I don't want to call it hate mail, but discouraging comments? You know,
Oh
people
yeah,
think you can't do this, you can't do that, and you shut up and whatever.
oh yeah, I've had, I don't play in the negative space. I don't live in that space. So someone said something crazy the other day on my TikTok account. I didn't respond. You know what I did? Block,
Block.
delete, delete, no response.
Yeah.
Because silence is sometimes the biggest, thing that you can do. Is just be silent with no response. Like, and that person should know if they know anything about my accounts. My accounts are all about the positive, So don't come on my page talking crazy stuff. You will be blocked.
You're gonna get those. You're gonna get those people though.
Oh yeah, of course.
They looking for that company for their misery.
And I'm not that person. Block. Block.
Gina
delete.
Gina had to stop me last. A couple of shows ago, a few shows ago, she had to stop me. She said, "Greg, just don't respond." I'm like,
no, you just don't respond because
they won't get reaction.
They do, and my time is valuable. I don't have a lot of time. More than half of my life is gone. Really, literally, more than half of my life. Right. I've spent that time already. It's gone. And do I want to spend the last part of my life, the last chapter of my life, dealing with idiots and fools? Oh no, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. Good luck. Have fun in your mama's basement. On your keyboard. And you can keep that down in the basement in your mama's basement. But we're not going to entertain that at all.
Right.
I don't entertain ignorance. I don't have time for that. Yeah.
What was you saying, Mo?
I was saying, he said, dang, in the mama's basement.
But that's, hey, let's take, that's where they're at. You know what I'm saying? That's really where they're at.
Okay.
I'm going to throw them all off with this one right here.
Waiting on their mama to tell them, come eat.
Exactly.
Waiting on the mama to open that door and say, there's food ready.
Yeah. And I think one thing
Go ahead.
Go on, Greg. Go on.
I'm just saying they're waiting on the opportunity to look to find something, to come at somebody at. I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
I shouldn't say hate.
Absolutely. This is one thing that a point that I wanted to make, because this was this is a huge lesson that I had to learn, and I always like to share this lesson with people. And I was a person that sometimes I used to chase things that weren't good for me. Mm-hmm. And now I always tell people, when you stop chasing the wrong thing, you give the right thing a chance to catch you.
Okay. Okay.
And I had to learn that lesson. And I think that's an invaluable that has been an invaluable lesson for me. I have stopped chasing the wrong thing. And I let the right thing catch me, or the right things catch me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes plenty of sense. That's good. I like that one. Man,
it was a big lesson I had to learn in my life. Yeah.
We used to have a Dope Living stenographer, okay, but we ain't got that no more. But it's cool. We're gonna remember that, okay? Remember that. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Hey, do you think misery loves company?
Yes, absolutely. It absolutely does. There are people who don't know what it feels like to feel good. Feeling horrible and disconnected and unbalanced is normal for them. That's the only way they feel normal. And I had someone in my life years ago who was like that. Always, everything was chaos, complete chaos all the time, because they didn't feel normal when good things would happen. I remember having a conversation, and I understood this person's background. So I gave them a lot of grace. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I knew how this person grew up. I knew the tragedies that happened in this person's life. So I gave them grace. But then I realized some people don't want to be helped because they love feeling that way. And that's when I had to disconnect myself from that person. I said, okay, that time has come, and it's time for me to move on in another direction. So I severed that relationship, and I haven't talked to that person probably in over 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was very nice about it. And I was very nice about it. I said, look, the time has come for us to part. And I think at the core of your being, I think you could be a very good person. But you're surrounded by chaos. You love chaos. You love drama. And I can no longer live in that space.
That's right.
I said, so what I suggest you do, I suggest you get some therapy, and I wish you well. I wish you no harm. I wish you well. And this person said, Marcus, are you saying, they were crying, are you saying that we're never going to talk to each other ever again? I said, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I was going to ask you, how did they take it?
Yeah. I said, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You burned
and
that
bridge. Yeah, and I literally haven't talked to this person or seen them in over 15 years.
Wow.
That's just when I'm compassionate and loving, but when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of that way.
That's my personality.
I gotta really learn that way.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I've backstepped a couple of times, but I don't want to do that. Amber says this is true and tough when setting boundaries because of feeling sorry for them. Best thing is to disconnect and pray for them.
Absolutely. That's what you do.
You got to remember also that you're not going to end up with everybody you started with.
No, you're not.
That's right.
You're not. We're not going to end up with everybody that, we start with. But this is what I like to say too. As an adult, I also have met those people who blame their parents for their lives. So you met people like that?
Yeah.
There was a Marcus. I wasn't raised.
Open up a can of worms.
Right? They were like, I wasn't raised like you. You know what I mean? And I didn't have that loving. And my thing is like, you are in your 50s, okay? So there's an expiration date on the amount of time you can blame your parents for your life. I said, so this is what I'm saying to you. Now you are in the car. You are driving the car, right? You decide where you're going in that car, correct? And you also decide who's sitting next to you and who's in the back seat on that journey with you. So be an adult, grow up.
Hey, it is what it is,
Yeah.
Marcus, you're doing everything and you're living your best life right now. But if you had to do it all over again, would you do it the same, or are there some things that you would change?
So there's definitely some things I would change. There's some mistakes that I've made, like everybody. I didn't I didn't always make the right choices, like everybody, because we're human, right? And we make mistakes. There are regrets that I have, like anybody. We have regrets, but at the same time, I give myself grace and say, okay, Mark, wrong choice. What did you learn from that experience? This is what you learned. Move forward. Let it go. Keep your eye toward the sun. The shadows will fall behind you.
Yeah, people better read that Bible, man. When Lot's wife looked back, she turned to a pillar of salt.
Yeah, just let it go. Give yourself grace. People, don't beat yourself up. Other people will do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. Keep moving forward. We're human beings. We make mistakes. Yeah.
Man. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to start the week off getting inspired, guys. Okay. And tomorrow do the same thing. But Marcus, if there's anything that you could tell everybody, take your time about just living life and being happy, man. What would it be? Give me one of your sermons. Let's go.
I also had to learn, a big lesson I had to learn in my life is we teach people how to treat us by what we allow them to do. Yeah. So that's a big lesson. So you have to learn how to really love yourself. You have to learn what that really means. You have to know your value, right?
No, you're right.
So know what love really means. Love doesn't mean that I think I'm pretty or I think I'm handsome or I have a great body. No. Am I a good person?
Yeah.
Am I compassionate? Am I benevolent? Am I a good son? Am I a good friend? Am I loving? Am I supporting? That's how you build love. You build self-love by knowing your worth and what you bring to the world, what you bring to the game. So when you truly love yourself, you don't let people get away with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you do, you finally become the friend to yourself that you are to other people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's learning your value, knowing what your value is, knowing how you fit into the whole tapestry of the world. We all have value. Everybody's job, I think we talked about that before, Greg. Everybody's job is valuable. That's how the world, that's why we all fit like that, because we're all important, and everything we do brings value to, the community, to our world, to the world, to society. So learn your worth, value your worth, love yourself, and then other people will either fall in step or they have to get to stepping. That's what I say. So that's how I live my life.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. I want to ask you one question real quick about the business. How do you know with the this is about the business now, okay? But how do you know, like, you have done makeup for many, 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 many people?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know what they want to look like? Is it instinctive?
Well, there's always a conversation. There's even on a commercial job, if I'm doing an ad or whatever, there's a conversation with an art director or a creative director. If I have a private client, we have a discussion. Where are you going? What are you going to wear? How do you want to look? How do you want to present? At this function, or how do you want to present tonight? So there's always a discussion before. So that's how I know what direction, I want to move in that process of doing their makeup. Yeah. Because sometimes on a set, like last week, I was working for a company called First Alert, the alarm company, that company. And so, of course, I had that discussion with the art director, keep it clean, keep it simple, keep it like the girl next door. So I knew exactly what to do. The week before, I might have had a private client who was actually was going to be on the red carpet. And we had the discussion, we need to look dramatic. We need fake lashes. We need a bold lip. You see what I'm saying? So there's always a discussion prior to doing the job.
And how much time do you have to, once that conversation's had, how much time do you have to get it done?
It varies. Particularly with my personal clients, I can kind of dictate the amount of time that I need. Okay. So with a personal client, I always say I need a 2-hour window. So that means that's time to set up, to do you, and to break down. So the makeup itself may take about 1 hour and 40 minutes, depending upon what I'm doing. I don't like to rush, and all my private clients know that. And when I say private clients, these are women who have a lot of disposable income. These are wealthy women who can afford to have me come to their homes and do their makeup. Okay, so those are my private clients, and they know, what I like to do, the amount of time that I like to have. On a commercial set, if I'm doing a TV commercial, if I'm doing a print job, then that can get kind of dicey sometimes, because sometimes they will come in and say, Marcus, we need her ready in like 35 minutes.
Right.
So that can be, sometimes that could be intense, but again, I'm not doing beauty. It's not beauty. You know what I'm saying? It's like the girl next door look. And so what I've learned in my career, I've learned to cut out things, but still have the makeup look really beautiful. I've learned how to sort of have shortcuts to the final look. And so that's helped a lot too. But that puts you under a lot of pressure. That there was a model who was a half an hour late last week for the job. And so that was a half an hour that they were going to be in my chair, So, I had to make up that time, and that sometimes that happens, so you just have to, make up the time. I mean, there was a time that Now I've been doing makeup for over 40 years, and I've only been late 2 times in 40 years. And I'm always I'm always at the shoots before the client. Usually I'm sitting in the parking lot before anybody gets there, because I'm that person about who values time. And there was construction by O'Hare during rush hour, and you all know what that means.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a nightmare. And my agent's office was not open yet because I had to be on set at 8 o'clock. The agency doesn't open until 9. I had the client's number, but for some reason I had transposed 2 of the numbers, and the numbers I was calling was not the right numbers. I was all freaked out. Got to the job about 20 minutes late, all just completely freaked out because I understand that in this business, time is money. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. And so I walked in frazzled. And the client said, "We were so worried about you because you're never late. You're always here on time before everybody. We thought you were in an accident. We were just all very scared." And I'm so sorry. I explained what happened. And they said, take a 5-minute break, calm down, and we'll make up the time. So again, that was a situation where I had to make up the time. You see what I'm saying? So, that happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. So you just have to rise to the occasion. I've worked on celebrities for Sophisticates magazine back in the day, and I have 15 minutes. That's all I have. And so what we say in the business, you know what we say? Make it work.
Make it work.
Make it work. That's what we have to do. Have to make it work.
You need to fly out to Washington and do JD Vance's makeup.
Oh, stop. we are not going to end it. We are not going to go there tonight. We are not going there tonight.
You gotta have that smoke eye. You gotta have that extra.
I thought it was the Rocky Horror Picture Show for a minute, man. You got eyeliner on. Oh, whoever doing that. Whatever. Yeah. You're right. We're not gonna go there, okay? Because we had a great time, man, with your mom, as always. And, man, you're so inspirational, man. And we especially during this time of the season, this season and this time we're living in, man. We need that.
Oh yeah. We do. We need it really, really bad. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I like to do that, because I think it's important to throw light into the darkness.
Yeah. Come on,
throw light. That's what we all have to do these days, because we're living in a time that's really different than anything I can remember. Man. So it's important to throw light into the darkness. And I always say, no matter how dark, and I want to, we don't have to end now, but I just want to make sure I make this point. No matter how dark it is, or no matter how dark you think things are in your life, in the darkest of dark, if you look and you see a candle flickering in the distance, a light, that flickering light can lead you to safety. So always walk toward that light. Always walk toward the light. And that's how I try to really live my life,
When is that book coming out, man? You better hurry up with that book.
Just keep walking toward the light, because we're living in a very dark age right now. So we have to continue to throw light into the darkness. And that's my activism, And people are activists in other ways, but my activism is throwing light. I don't have to argue. I don't have to fight. I just have to throw light, And you want to walk into a room, and your light be so bright that it just blinds the darkness. Yeah. And that's the kind of life you want to lead. I love this saying. Maya Angelou said, I always use this when I have a meeting, a very important meeting. I always say to myself, I take a deep breath and I walk into the meeting exhaling, and I say to myself, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Okay. So I'm going into that meeting not alone. I'm going into that meeting with my mother, with my father, with my brother, with my grandparents, with their parents, with my aunts and uncles who have passed along, with all of my ancestors. I'm coming in with an army. So I'm not alone. I'm standing with 10,000. They're all standing with me against the walls, and all their experiences and all the things that they've learned and all of their knowledge they give to me, and I come in with my army. So I like to tell people that, because that has helped me so much in my life.
That's what's up. Cynthia Hall says, honest, loyal, and faithful. Marcus has always been exactly what he appears here. 60 plus years of genuine humanitarian goodness. I believe that, man.
And do you know who that is? Do you know who Cynthia Hall is? That is my high school drama teacher.
Uh-oh.
And we are still in contact. All of these, I love Mrs. Hall. And Mrs. Hall is literally one of the reasons why I'm before you today. And she will probably say, Marcus, you need to slow your speech down, sweetheart, just a little bit. I love Mrs. Hall. And, she has been the most amazing, supportive person in my life since I was one of the most amazing people. So supportive since I was a teenager. She has always been. She's always been in my corner. And she's constantly loving and teaching to this day. And I love you, Mrs. Hall. I'm so glad you could come on and watch tonight.
We love you too, Mrs. Hall.
Yep.
We use that word seriously. I mean, Mark throw the word up.
And she knows how much I love her. She knows how much I love her. We text all the time. When anything happens, when my parents passed away, she drove 2 hours by herself to be with me. Yeah, she's Mrs. Hall is very important. My mom would always say, anytime before she passed away, if I said, I talked to Mrs. Hall today, Mom, she'd go, you talked to Mrs. Hall? Because my mother knew, particularly as a teenager, how Mrs. Hall protected me, how she was my protector in some very difficult times and difficult situations in high school. So she remembers that, and she loved Mrs. Hall as much as I do. Yeah. So that relationship has lasted all of these years. She still calls us, even though I'm 115 years old, she still calls us her baby. There are about 5 of us, 6 of us that we're really still close. She said, you're still my babies. I said, I'm your big old baby.
Everybody needs somebody like that, man. Mark,
you do.
To us, man. We got to get out of here. You're a blessing to us. We appreciate you, man, so
much.
Thank
you, guys.
Said, Mike, to one of the bestest creative artists I know, Marcus creates magic on the faces. It is the same magic in his soul. Marcus is the one soul you never forget. Much love and more longevity. It's got to be great to hear people give you flowers.
That means a lot. Yeah.
We appreciate you too. That's what this show is about, man. Getting that from you and giving it back to you. We appreciate you, Marcus.
Thank you guys so much for having. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Okay,
sure.
Sending you loads and loads and loads of love too. Loads of love and blessing.
You'll be back on. Steve,
I know it was an awesome show. Man, I'm glad I got on there to get these gems from Marcus. I mean, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Love, release. Give your family a hug before you leave after the weekend. Make sure you tell them you love them.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, everybody.
Mo,
man, like Steve said, it's nothing but jewels on here tonight. And the biggest thing is that I learned that everybody ain't gonna get there with you. You'll get there with the people that you love and you need. But everybody ain't gonna get there with you. And also, life is too short to worry about what shorty think about you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Gina, what you got?
Oh man, I love the inspiration, the motivation, the calmness that you have, Mark, is very calming. It's a great way to bring in the week and go towards the holiday. Thank you for bringing that to us. It's just a beautiful
thank you guys. Spirit. Thank you guys so much.
I had to have him on here to open up this week of inspiration, okay, because that's what we needed. And it's a blessing to call you my friend, Marcus. I appreciate you.
You too, Greg. I love you, my friend.
You as well. Hey, look, tomorrow, man, we're going to continue the inspiration. We got the melanin and marriage people coming on tomorrow again, all right? We're gonna learn some more and try to get these relationships ready before Thanksgiving, all right? So y'all tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna be good. I promise I will. All right, but this is Dope Living TV Live. We will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a great day. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you.